For the listener, I'm just letting you know now it's a little long. I might chop some stuff out just to help with time. And that's what we're trying to do nowadays, is trying to get these a little bit more compressed and a little bit more clean, so that way you guys can listen to it in the car ride to work, or just away from your family, or just because you want to listen to something for 45 minutes.
In a world where truth lies between shadows and light, where anchors hold you down and eagles dare to rise above, we dive into the untold stories that shape us all. Sit tight, listen close. This is Anchors and Eagles with your hosts, Adam Facenda and Jeronimo Gomez. The views and discussions in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only.
Let's start this damn thing. On today's adventures at Anchors and Eagle with myself, Adam Facenda, and
Jeronimo Gomez.
And our producer,
Jolie. How's everybody doing?
We are going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to be all over the place. And of course, it's going to be some Epstein files stuff in there for sure. But I also just sent something in the chat, which I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know if you can see that, Jolie.
Okay.
So the GOAT himself just put something out. And maybe we can play that. I know it's on X. I don't know if it's something you can play. But pretty interesting. I heard about this. And I wasn't sure if it was true because I heard about it on Valentine's Day, but then the GOAT brought it to our attention. Did you get it now?
Yep. Bringing it up.
Last night when I was home, I thought I died.
What?
Why is that?
I'm here. I'm taking care of the stuff for the animals and stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm in the kitchen, and all of a sudden, the entire neighborhood lost power. And you ever been in that situation where it's so black you can't see your hand in front of your face?
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how dark it got. And I was like, did I just die? And then I said something, and I'm like, well, I'm hearing myself, and it's reverberating off of stuff. And then I clapped my hands and then walked into a counter. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm dead. I think the power's off.
Oh, no.
That's where my brain goes. And yeah, fortunately, I remember lighting a candle, and I had a lighter, you know, one of those long torch lighters. Mm-hmm. And as I lit it, the power came on. So I'm just going to let you guys know that I might be God. Just saying. I might be God. All right. How about that one?
That looks right. Yep.
Did you leave the moon?
The moon, yes. The moon is in the distance. Way off in the distance. You can't see. Actually, the orbit is different. So
gotcha. I didn't know if it was an
my
eclipse.
Right, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
No, as the capsule spins, we kind of lose sight of the background.
Got you. Yeah, it sounds legit. Sounds legit.
Yeah.
Is that why you never let your hair down? Because you don't want it to just be all fuzzy?
Well, it's just going to be all over the place. Yeah. And just
so you guys went and purchased the space station without me. I take it then.
Well, there's another part that's it has gravity because it's spinning.
Oh, okay.
So the centrifugal force, it just kind of holds us all together.
Gotcha.
Right now, I'd be floating, but I'm strapped into the chair now. So.
Well, it's beautiful. I'm glad you guys have had it all figured out.
Yeah. Because if I unstrapped it, I'd just be like,
yeah.
You'd be able to see the green screen behind me and all that.
Okay, so I'm gonna share the screen and then I'm
Here we go.
Okay.
February 2026, and I got a Valentine's present for all of America and the world that wants truth, and to bring down the globalist death cult. Tonight, Pam Bondi released the other 3 million total Epstein files. Still, some of the names are redacted, but Congress can go in and look at all of them themselves. This is a gigantic victory. If you thought the first half was devastating, my sources in Congress and the White House say it is even far worse, exponentially, what you're about to see. Total Satanism, devil worship, genetic engineering, branding children of their stem cells. All these top Hollywood actors, all these top Democrats, senators, House members, billionaires. You saw Bondi on Thursday say, listen, this will bring down the stock market if we bring this out. I'm not defending her saying that. I said a year ago, the sources said Trump was told if you release this, it will literally bring down everything. But now they try to attach to him. He's doing the right thing. He ordered everything released. Massive pressure has been put on the president. I've put a lot of pressure on the White House. I know a lot of you have as well. And Trump has never been involved. But by extension, he became part of the cover-up. And a lot of his top supporters, including myself, came out and said, you got to stop. You got to reverse this now. But the deep state's going to pull some major crap now, okay? So just get ready. It's going to be extremely dangerous. But the files are now out as of about 2 hours ago. About to do a...
When was this? When did he post this?
I think yes. Well, he just said on Valentine's Day, but I just saw it about 2 hours ago. So today is when we're recording this right now. If you're listening in, it's the 15th of February, 2026. So I had heard this was coming out on Friday the 13th. My sources, and what more credible source than Alex Jones, guys? Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
he's the GOAT. All right, he's the GOAT of goats.
Wow,
and it's
so
creepy
that
he's, What's that?
Yeah, so what's in that?
Nothing. You're gonna find a lot of black bars, and more pages of black bars.
Is that like code for something? Is that like pizza?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of nothing, is what it is.
Not a
lot of hype and a lot of nothing.
Yeah,
and if there is something, then that means that we're gonna attack Iran as soon as that comes out. So.
Well, let's talk about what is in there right now, and we'll try to go through them as fast as possible because I know you guys don't have much time. First off, who was one of his main donors? Did you hear about that this week?
Main donors to who? To Epstein?
Yeah.
All right.
For all you female listeners that might just be in love with our voices and our great looks, I have something very damaging to let you know. It came out that one of his main donors is or was not only the creator but also the CEO of Victoria's Secret.
Wow, well, I'm not surprised.
Well, didn't he give him? He gave him a house, didn't he? Didn't he give him a house?
He gave him a house, and now it's coming out that he was one of the main financiers of Epstein.
Yeah,
allegedly, because I haven't seen it. So allegedly,
well, he did. Yeah, he did give him a freaking super expensive house in New York City. So
yeah. And then that makes me feel really creepy. Because think about all the dressing rooms all across the United States that you can just go and pick. And then you could also pick up, because they got cameras everywhere. Then you can get their IDs. You can track their credit cards and then find who they are. And just like the other one, which is the light touch or whatever, a soft touch. The people that take all the pictures of all the children around the United States. You heard about that?
No.
Yeah, that's another one. That's one of the other ones that they weren't releasing. Remember, we talked last week.
What were they taking? Like
children.
What? But I know, but like for what though? For
school?
Like, oh, like you mean like yearbook pictures and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I did hear about this. That that company is being avoided by a lot of the schools now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they a bunch of schools just canceled it. Like their pictures for them, which really, like, why use them anyway? You can use a local person, help out someone local, and probably get better quality, and your child won't wind up in a file for some creepos across the United States.
That's a big one, deep, man.
Right. So then that was already gross enough, right? So that's when I heard that I'm like, well, Victoria's Secret. I'm sure they had cameras. I'm sure they're creeping on people.
And you're talking about Wexner?
Is that his name? I think so, yeah. The guy that, yeah.
Yeah, he's also had a lot of inappropriate, there have been some other things against him for inappropriate behavior.
Yes.
So yeah, besides Jeffrey Epstein, even before that, there have been some things that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
pretty gross. And then there was another one. They actually, I don't know what country it is. I don't know if it's Romania. I think so, or I might be confused. The listener might want to correct me on this. If you want to, put it in the comments because I would love to figure this out. They've finally made an arrest on one person so far, a prime minister, and I forget of what country, but there has been one arrest, and I'm very disappointed that it's not our country, but we all know politics is politics. But I actually got ecstatic and screamed that. I think it was like Friday the 13th. That was like, I even dropped, like, it was like, F yeah, you know what I mean? In the shop, like, and everyone's like, what's up? Because, you're a tattoo shop. Some of you guys are conspiracy theorists, and some of you just aren't tattooers. You know what I mean? So if you're a tattooer, you're a conspiracy theorist is what I'm trying to say, I saw that, and I'm just so pumped. And then did you guys watch any of the Pam Bondi hearing? Or catch any
a little bit of it.
That?
It was what a whole mess that thing was, man. That thing was just insane.
Yeah. It's like literally like, it's everyone's making content up there, even these old people that are I guess the kids call it, I forget what the kids call it. They call it gaslighting. Mm-hmm. And then they leave you like seconds to talk, and then they're like, like I want this answer, and like, and like they talk over the person once they get, they want a gotcha moment, you know what I mean? And there's like so many things out on X because of my feed. It's like, Pam, handed it to him on this one. Pam handed it to him on that one. Then like I hear what she said, and I'm like, okay, like it's not that great. You know what I mean? Like what she handed it to them, Right. Yeah. But the part where she said, if we went after everybody, I think I'm just paraphrasing, if we went after everyone that's on the list, this government would come to a halt or something like that.
Right. So let it.
Yeah. And that's what I love. Yeah. I'm like, let's go. And I started seeing all these people like saying the same thing. And I'm like, this is the one thing that everyone can get on board with. If this is what unites the United States of getting all these pedophiles off the street, and I don't care. Yeah. I don't care who it is, dude. I don't care who it is. If you're hurting little kids or you've hurt little kids or even women or anything like that, like, bye-bye.
You gotta go.
You go to a special jail.
Yeah.
And it's called Alcatraz.
Unfortunately,
sorry,
I don't
try not
see,
to curse.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't see that happening. That's wishful thinking,
of course.
I don't think. Yeah, it sucks, but let it burn down, dude.
Yeah.
Why are we protecting these people? Because they have. That's the thing, power, man, power and money. It doesn't freaking matter, man. There is no justice unless you have power and money. It's freaking disgusting. Yeah.
So while we're speaking about this and the government coming down, can you pull the one clip now? Just before you set it up, I think we were talking about this on the last podcast, and this isn't a receipt, but the thing is, the grumpy old man that talks about it kind of like leads into who created Bitcoin, and I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come out in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
So I love these guys. I don't know if you've ever seen any of their content.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, Epstein is the creator of Bitcoin. Wait, how, man? In the Epstein files, in the emails, it states Epstein was talking about Satoshi Nakamoto. Oh. That's the code name, alias of the creator of Bitcoin. Oh my God. And he was mentioning it early, way before it was even a thing. There was all these billionaires before, and one of them, very famous billionaire, in an interview, he said, if you knew who was behind Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin would crash.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you could to sell it. I know, 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. Bitcoin will go to zero. And
wow.
A microsecond.
The Epstein files came out 3 days ago. What happened to Bitcoin? It went down.
Wow.
You can go ahead and stop it.
It's going down.
We heard about this the other day, didn't we? When we were talking about this?
Well, yeah, because he sent us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's messed up. Yeah.
Well, I saw the video of that man. Have you ever watched that guy? He's a big money guy.
No.
Okay. He's super wealthy, and he doesn't hold back when he talks because he's so wealthy. Like, he tells people that they're stupid and that they have no clue, and he curses a lot, but he's like, if he's built billionaires and stuff like that. I always forget his name, but I watch a lot of his content. It's like the harshest motivational speaker you can possibly imagine.
You know what? I have seen this guy before. I just say that I have seen some of his stuff. Yeah, he'll tell people straight up, exactly.
Straight up.
What he does.
Thinks. Yeah.
I have seen this guy. Yeah.
What you need to hear, not some, dancing around like, oh, you know what you could do. He's like, no, you're this, you're that, curses a bunch. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bitcoin, man. It's the number. I mean, people have been talking about a digital one world currency for a very long time, you know, and this is the first implementation of that. And
but imagine
again, New World Order.
If he's the creator,
I mean, it would make sense.
It would crash. I think he's right. People would sell that.
I think he's right too.
It's like blood money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, there's so much invested in it. I don't know if it would make people run from it. I mean, it's out there.
Well, once
done, you know,
I would say, look, once enough people start dumping it, the people that have the majority of their money in it, they're going to dump it, and that's how it loses all of its value immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but that's a
it's a good segue into moving from Bitcoin to a government coin, because then you could say, this isn't his Bitcoin is linked to Epstein. You're going to use our government coin, which is what they've been trying to do ever since they could. You know what I mean?
One world order.
Yeah.
New world order.
It's not a new world order. It's a new world order. And then the next month it's going to be a new world order. It's like they're always trying to make order. You know what I mean? Yep. I'll be taking some orders. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty awesome. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, first off, do you remember we talked about them boycotting Goya? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And boycotting, like, then whenever they didn't, whether they put trans stuff in Target or took trans stuff out, there was like boycotts against like these big companies. So how are we going to boycott the Victoria's Secret or what? Like, what's going to happen there? Of course
that's not going to happen. No. People don't.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Why?
They would have already.
I'll tell you.
Because people are lazy. That's why they're not going to do nothing.
I don't think it's that. I don't think the narrative's right for the people that are in control of the narrative.
What do you mean?
You know what I'm saying? Well, there's nothing against the guy in office right now. Nothing. You know, with Victoria's Secret, like, you know what I mean? But if Trump were to say it's Victoria's Secret, it's amazing, it's a great company, we'd start boycotting him the next day. Why? Because Jeffrey Epstein, you know what I mean? It's just ironical that this happens time and time again, over and over, and people are being given the narrative. They don't. It's just sad. They're being given the narrative. You guys remember the thing I sent you from about Walmart?
Yeah.
You guys check that out?
The pricing? Yeah.
Horrible.
The pricing.
It's disgusting. I mean, Walmart's always been disgusting.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're pieces of crap. Yeah, they tried it one back in 97. I was working for a company that they made a purchase order that was going to make my boss like a multimillionaire, and then he backed out last minute because he did some investigation that Walmart allegedly would make big purchases from companies, and then when they couldn't fulfill them, they would either sue the crap out of the company or absorb the company. So that way they could drive down the prices even more, which is funny because that's in that movie Bad Bosses. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's a true thing. It's a true thing. Like, that's what these companies do. They make big purchase orders, and when you can't fulfill them, then they sue the crap out of you, own your business, and then that's it. And so I've never liked Walmart because of that. I won't lie. I've bought furniture and stuff from them. I mean, but the food part is pretty crazy because the smaller guy can't, afford to compete. So the smaller grocery stores that were giving us healthier food have now gone out of business because of that. Yeah. I think I tell you guys, I shop at a farmer's market in Deerfield that, like, all the vegetables are fabulous. They're awesome. And they're like a fifth of the price anywhere else. I try to turn everybody onto it because I want the produce to always, be fresh and new in there. Because if you don't shop in a place, it goes bad and then they eventually fold. But I mean, I went there and I bought like 3 big bags of food, vegetables and stuff like that. And it was $14. It was insane.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a vegan's like paradise,
Yeah.
So I did some research. So in that video, which I might throw the link below in the description of this video, they start to accuse. I did some investigation. Start to accuse the current administration about, they stopped this lawsuit. Blah blah blah. Which, yes, during this administration, it was stopped. But the problem is I verified all this. Before this administration was even in office, the people that are part of the FTC were already, there was too many holes in it. So they weren't going to let it go anywhere. What happened was when Trump got into office, he let 2 people, I guess there's 5 people on the board. So he left 2 people go, and then a Democrat, which they were Democrats, and then the third Democrat ended up being a state attorney. So they stepped down from that. So right now there's only 2 people on the board. That's supposed to be 5 people. And so those 2 people unanimously, well, actually the third person was still on there whenever they decided to let it die, just kill the lawsuit, because it makes no sense. There's too many holes in it. So I just thought, I was really excited because I thought I finally found someone that was like straight down the middle, just telling the truth. And to point it towards this administration when all this was happening, and the lawsuit actually started during the last administration, and those people that were all in there were already agreeing that they were going to shoot it down, but they were waiting for the new administration to come in. It's just like, I just hate that. Like, tell the truth. So I want like a deep dive on these people, because I wanted to know, are they somewhere involved with Walmart? Are they involved with Pepsi? Because that's the one. It's not just Walmart, but it's Pepsi that is really hurting. It blew my mind to think like all this tracking that they're doing that I think is unique in a certain way, but to know that they're tracking to only hurt the smaller guys.
Yeah.
And
creepy.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen all this weird food from Walmart, the fake food, like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't. These companies don't care. I mean, it was nice when we had when towns in the United States had like a town square where we would come together and meet. Everybody knew each other, like you knew your grocer, you knew the guy that was, I mean, this is like really old school, but getting your milk delivered and stuff, where this completely, these mega stores ended that completely, they've made it's not America, it's this, it's so impersonal now. It's so corporations. It's all, and PepsiCo, they don't care. They
Do you guys did you guys ever have a doctor that made house calls when you were a kid?
Of course. Yeah.
Remember that? Your doctor would come to your house and check on you if you were too sick.
Yeah. My doctor was, when I grew up I was born in Texas. My doctor that delivered me was my doctor until I left Texas, which was like 4th grade. Like he was my doctor. Yeah. He would see, my parents would take me. He would be my doctor.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's when things
And there's people that everything is like, oh, I go to urgent care. Like, you don't even build a relationship with those people.
No, you see a different doctor every time. It's not a nurse or whatever.
Like it's the quickie mart of health. You know what I mean? Like,
it's drive through. Yeah.
Drive through. Yeah. I have this really terrible infection. I'm just going to go to the quickie mart, pick up some antibiotics. I'll be good.
Yeah. Now they just make you fill out a questionnaire, and then they diagnose you from the questionnaire,
They fill it out. Yeah.
Well, they, whatever, but they ask you, they get you a questionnaire. I mean, I remember when doctors would actually like touch your neck and feel your glands and, and they could diagnose you from just touch. They were that good. They had this experience.
Now they're taking your word for it.
And now it's just to fill out a questionnaire and, oh, you got this. Here's a printout. Go to the pharmacy, get your shit.
Well, it's going to get worse with AI, because pretty soon you're just going to sign into a Zoom call with AI and they're going to scan your face and then ask you some questions and boop, there you go.
Whatever. Here's some. You need Ozempic.
Yeah. I know.
Ozempic
Geronimo.
is a cure-all. It is for everything.
No.
Did I tell you about my buddy that the Ozempic stuff? Did I tell you about that with him?
No.
So allegedly there's a class action lawsuit. Come on, dude. Let's be part of the show. Let's go.
Finally.
Come on. It's weird because he like hesitates to jump up here sometimes.
Oh.
So I have a buddy that he was on Ozempic. See, this is what's going to be weird, because whenever I go to edit this, you're just going to appear in it. So the deal with the Ozempic, allegedly, my friend was on Ozempic, and he got massive gallstones out of nowhere, right? So they do a surgery on him. I guess he's okay because it was emergency surgery. They said they took tons of stuff out of him. So then he thinks he's good and everything. He's still taking the Ozempic. And maybe I'm saying this in reverse, but regardless, he's taking the Ozempic, allegedly. And he gets really, really sick where he has blockage all over his intestines and stuff. So he goes into surgery again, and now he's down for like 2 months, can't work or anything like that. So while he's down, he finds a class action lawsuit. Listen to this. There's a lawsuit out there that they're discovering that anyone that has diabetes or pre-diabetic that is taking this medication are having huge complications. But the people that don't have it, that are taking it for weight loss, are having no complications. And that this medicine that was designed to help people with diabetes is now really hurting them. And they're thinking about reclassifying the meds for weight loss now. That's it.
Wow. Meanwhile, the weight loss. Meanwhile, what it does to the body is so bad. It gets rid of fat in the face and like all the stuff it's doing to people. There's so many symptoms.
Horrible, man. And it's pushed on every commercial you see on TV.
Everybody.
I mean,
I almost took it.
Mounjaro, don't do it.
Don't.
No, I almost took it about 2 years ago because I was on testosterone. And I was like, I got to drop this weight. They're like, oh, you can try this. It's the same chemical. It's not Ozempic itself,
Mounjaro.
And then I read through it. I read through the side effects, and I was like, absolutely not. It's like may cause nauseousness. I'm like, I'm nauseous all the time, regardless. Like I'm not going to take something that I'm going to be nauseous. And I guess what happens is, if you eat carbs on it, it'll make you nauseous.
Mm-hmm. You can't. Yeah, you have to be really careful.
So you won't eat carbs. And I was.
That's not even that bad of a side effect. You know what I mean? Compared to the other side effects that has.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
But my first identifier is like, oh, so I should just stop eating carbs.
Yeah, which isn't good.
Yeah,
either.
which just get in the freaking gym. That's it. People, stop. Just get in the gym. Go for a walk.
Here. I'm right here. I got you. I go for walks every day, buddy. Okay.
No,
it ain't that easy at this age, brother.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people in general. It's
creepy because a lot of the celebrities are taking it now. So from one day to the next, they're like, overweight. They're not even that overweight. They may just have like normal body fat, and then all of a sudden they're like a skeleton. And they're like, I'm not taking that. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just doing an extra exercise regimen now.
Have you seen Kelly Osbourne?
Later will say, I was going to say, she looks like a skeleton. It's horrible.
And she's still like she's still like defending it. Like she's still like nothing's wrong. Like it's
her mother said she can't put on weight anymore. That it messed up her whole body. She can't put on weight anymore. Sharon. Sharon also looks like a skeleton.
Oh, she's looked like a skeleton for years now. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's even worse.
I agree. She, I feel bad for her because I understand like she felt shamed because of all the childhood stuff through the show and stuff like that. But then you just lost your dad, and like I wonder if that's like put her like looking at herself in the mirror. Pushed her backwards even more, it's sad, you know what I mean? Like,
but that's the horrible thing is that these medications, these things they play on people's emotions, you know what I mean? Especially the people that aren't really, maybe going through problems or whatever, they'll look at that as like a quick fix, and these companies know this shit.
Everybody wants a quick fix, brother. Everybody wants a quick fix. Even all the stuff I've been going through with personal and business and stuff like that. Of course, I want a quick fix, but then I also think you just keep hearing from all my religious friends, all my believers are like, he's got a plan, he's got a plan, and then finally, when you sit back and like, all right, look, I'm just going to accept. I'm going to go with the flows, and then things start just getting better. You know what I mean? And I've definitely noticed that. Without a doubt. So, the quick thing is not always the best thing. I've always said that my whole life,
Yeah, just weigh your pros and cons, and I mean, if a medication's cons outweigh the benefits, so like and
well, when
unfortunately, if that's the industry, that's the industry of that stuff. It's so iffy, man. It's hard to trust.
One thing that I thought was awesome that Kennedy's trying to push is that they can't advertise these meds on TV anymore. Like that has to be done because you're giving you're just selling. It's like it happens in the tattoo industry too. Like the new thing. It's always the new thing. Like what's the new thing in tattooing, right? So there's a company down here that started selling green soap in a bottle. Right. So green soap is the soap that we use on you guys when we tattoo you. It comes highly concentrated and you dilute it yourself. So 1 gallon of this costs probably $29 to $30. But for every 16 ounces, you need to put like a half an ounce to 1 ounce, depending on how concentrated it is, like how long you've had the bottle, because it does evaporate and gets a little bit more concentrated. So this bottle is 32 ounces. You guys can do the math. It lasts a very long time. Well, these guys decided to put it in a bottle and then label it their company, and it's their company green soap, and they charge $20 a bottle. And because it's new, it's sold out. It's just like, it blows my mind that people always have to have the new thing. What's wrong with what's working? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. You could just do steroids and get the same physique or a better physique than taking this Ozempic shit, Sorry, this Ozempic stuff. You know what I mean? It's just keep it old fashioned, bulk up, you know what I mean? Do some trend.
That's the social engineering. That's the they know how to work your brain. Yeah.
Jolie, can we pull up that next video, please? I'm trying to bang these out because you guys gave me 60 minutes.
Okay,
and I chewed 15 of them up having a short conversation.
Did you put another one in there? I see X on
Yes, I did.
TikTok.
Yes, I did. It says TikTok.
I don't see it.
ZP8.
That's the one I did play just now, I think.
Oh, you know what? I never hit send. There it is.
Okay.
Real piece of poop.
Okay, here you go.
This is the single most insane conspiracy theory out there right now. On the morning of Epstein's death, a person anonymously reported on 4chan that he witnessed weird happenings at the prison. He claims that Epstein was smuggled out the night before his death was reported. He witnessed an unauthorized van arriving at the same time that Epstein was escorted out, shackled to a wheelchair. The day after Epstein's death was reported, the U.S. Attorney General subpoenaed Apple, 4chan, and other entities to find out who exactly was this anonymous poster. So they did find out who this guy was. His name's Roberto, and he's an officer at the Metropolitan Correction Center in New York. If this all shakes out to be true, it's going to be a massive, massive scandal. Because now we have an eyewitness who claims that Epstein was smuggled out before the day of his alleged suicide. This is the single most insane.
Wow. What?
Well, Roberto will end up having a heart attack or something,
Yeah, car accident late at night in the rain when it wasn't raining,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just a throwback from last episode. If anyone was listening to that last episode, we talked a little bit about Epstein and this whole. That's the other thing we talk about often on this podcast is how AI is like going to take over. You're not going to be able to believe everything. So now, when someone is in complete denial, they just say AI. So I started trolling people doing the same thing.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah.
There was a movie. I forget what movie it was, but I saw it a long time ago. And I wish I could find it again because they had a murder scene in that movie. I think the movie might have been called Antitrust.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it's with the guy from
You talking about
the guy from Children of Men.
Okay.
I think he was in that movie. But anyway, these corporations were fighting with each other or whatever. But they had a murder scene in that movie that would just blow your mind. Basically, they assassinated this guy, and the way they did it though was they just gave him a little tiny injection in the neck. They waited for him to come out the door, and these dudes they just waited right outside the door and they just tapped him on the neck, and instantly it was like a heart attack. You know, like it was untraceable. Totally, it would just show up in a coroner's report as a natural cause of death or whatever, and it was just insane. That's they can do that shit. Like they can totally kill you by, we know this guy eats a certain type of thing in the morning, so this chemical will trigger that in the next morning, and it'll show up as a heart attack. Like it's insane how easy it is to just whack somebody and have it be like,
do you remember that movie?
I think it was that movie. I wish I could find it.
Antitrust had Tim Robbins and Ryan Phillippe.
It wasn't that dude though. It wasn't that guy from that.
Clive Owen was not.
Then I have to know what movie that is at some point.
Clive Owen was in it.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the movie Interview?
No.
It was a thing about them like taking out the leader from North Korea, but they were interviewing. It was a big scandal. Like they were like, "Oh, you can't put this out. North Korea is going to try to like come after us." I think it was called The Interviewer or The Interviewer. It had the guy I hate, Seth Rogen, I think his name is. The guy that like when he laughs. I forget his name. But it was like something to do with that. It's like, oh, you got to give him like this piece of gum and to kill him, like, or offer him this, and it's on the wrapper. And they kept giving the wrapper to the wrong people, so they kept like different people kept dying, and like like it was, and then it made the guy from North Korea look like he was trying to make himself like look like a good guy. I think you watch it. It's a really funny, dumb movie. It's stupid. You would enjoy it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right, good. I'll have to check it out.
So
go ahead.
I'm trying to find this, but I'm thinking I'm finding Michael Clayton. That was with George Clooney.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have the actor wrong. That's the problem. I've been trying to find this movie again over the past few years, and I can't seem to.
Maybe you're thinking of Tim Robbins.
I don't know. I have to.
And the other movie would be Duplicity, but that's Julia Roberts and Clive Owen.
No.
True. So
okay.
I got one more, and I got something really unique that is completely nothing to do with Epstein or any of this social stuff that's going on.
Let's do it.
Cool.
So the next clip I just sent, because I truly want to believe that Michael Jackson wasn't a pedophile. I found this today, which I thought was pretty interesting. It's him speaking. So if you can cue it, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay, got it.
Tommy Mottola is a devil. I'm not supposed to say what I'm going to say right now, but I have to let you in on a secret. Yes. Please don't videotape what I'm going to say, okay? Turn that off, please.
Wow.
No, what? I don't mind. Take it.
Oh! Marco is getting gangsta today!
Mariah Carey, after divorce from Tommy, came to me crying. She's crying so bad I had to hold her. And she said to me that this is an evil man. And Michael, this man follows me, she said. He taps her phone. And he's very, very evil. And she doesn't trust him. And he is a horrible human being. Tommy.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about the other day. Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, that Tommy Mottola, that he was supposedly evil, and he talks about something else in that speech.
Does he really?
Yeah.
So. I didn't like Prince come out and say some shit too, some stuff too.
Oh yeah.
I think Prince.
They whacked these two guys at the same time. It was like the same year, wasn't it? Or like really close to it, the same mysterious heart attack,
I don't know. Prince was saying a lot of stuff too, though. And yeah, I mean, dude, that's the way these people, they got power, money, and they want more and more and more and more, no matter how sadistic, no matter how creepy, it's just, and they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They died completely different years, by the way.
Did they? It was like within a few years, though, right? Oh, wait,
well, Prince was April 2016, and Michael was June 2009. It's crazy. It's been that long already.
Wow. It feels like to me like they were like the same time as because both devastated, but
yeah.
And what's crazy is, I mean, you know who like helped out Michael the most with all of his issues was Robin Williams. I guess Robin Williams gave him a bunch of money to get through all that legal stuff.
Oh wow.
And then what happened to Robin Williams?
I still can't watch any of his movies
Jolie
anymore.
still can't talk about that to this day. Yeah.
It was hard to watch. I told you guys I told you guys after the last episode we did, I watched
What Dreams May
what
Come?
was it? No.
Oh, Good Will Hunting?
Good Will
Hunting. Yeah.
So good to watch it now, but then to see Robin, it's just like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's like, but why did he kill himself? You know, they all say he's super depressed. Like that's a really easy way to say it, right?
Yeah.
But
maybe it was
he on to the know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think he supposedly he was diagnosed with some kind of like dementia or something early.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Onset.
That's true. Yeah.
And for someone like him to lose his mind.
Yeah, so energetic and so, quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
why he was so special. He was so quick. You know?
So good.
He was also on a lot of cocaine all the time too.
That'll make it quick.
A lot of cocaine. It's the only reason why I've ever wanted to try cocaine was to be like that. You know what I mean? Because he was like one of my favorite people, and sometimes I talk that way too. Like it just like tangent.
Let me get some of that nanu.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get some of that nanu.
The nanu. That's what we're gonna replace Coke with on this show from now on, people.
Nanu. Dude, are you on that nanu?
I heard they're gonna put the nanu back into Coca-Cola. Actually, did you see that meme? Yeah, it's just a meme.
That's what we need now.
Because Kennedy was saying, I know about germs, blah blah blah, and I did cocaine off of a back of a toilet or something like that. Because he used to be like a junkie, and and then like someone's like. Kennedy says of Maha says they're gonna put cocaine back into nanu back into Coca-Cola. I was like, that's amazing. Speaking about losing your mind, Bruce Willis, man, that's a hard one. That kills me too.
Real sad.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very
so
sad.
Loved him.
And what his manager did to him too, like put him through a bunch of movies at the end just to make some money off of him.
Is that what he
and he and he knew that he had this thing that was coming, and so they put him through a bunch of he did a bunch of movies, kind of like how our boy Nicolas Cage did them, just doing them just to make the money. And then sometimes I think, well, maybe he knew it was coming, so he was like, screw it, give me as much as possible, so that way my family's taken care of.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I could see the man doing that because he did. Like, imagine that you changed so much of certain kids' generation, Bruce Willis being super badass or super funny, a million other things, and he doesn't even know who that person was. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah,
it is sad.
It's like Gary.
Yeah. So. Yeah. He's a maniac. That guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He rules. Yeah. So
yeah. Best role ever?
No,
Point Break.
Point Break.
Yeah.
Point Break.
You talk. Give me two.
Yeah, I love that movie. That's a good movie.
It's such a good movie. When they remade that movie, I was so pissed.
Yeah,
I'm like,
come on.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
There's no one more authentic to be a burnout looking surfer than Keanu Reeves too. By the way.
Yeah, totally.
And Anthony Kiedis was in it.
Yeah. Playing himself.
Patrick Swayze. I mean, come on. I mean,
that was heartthrob Patrick Swayze too. He was prime right there.
Yeah. That was like after Roadhouse.
Yeah, and then they redid Roadhouse. I mean, is nothing sacred anymore?
No.
What's going on?
Did you watch the new
I heard
Roadhouse?
they're redoing 3 O'Clock High.
What? You can't do that. Jolie, you never saw 3 O'Clock High.
No, I don't think so.
It's so terrible. I mean, that's the last one that I have. is pretty unique. I don't know if I shared it with you. It's a little long. So for the listener, I'm just letting you know now it's a little long. I might chop some stuff out just to help with time. And that's what we're trying to do nowadays, is trying to get these a little bit more compressed and a little bit more clean. So that way you guys can listen to it in the car ride to work, or just away from your family, or just because you want to listen to something for 45 minutes. So, Jolie, if you could please play this next clip, I'd really appreciate it.
Yep, I've got it queued already.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Here we go.
I take a dolphin and I slow it down. It sounds like a monkey. If I take a chimpanzee and I speed it up, it sounds like a mouse.
Huh.
If I take a mouse, slow it down, it sounds like a seagull. If I take a seagull and slow the seagull down, it sounds like a gorilla or a whale. If I take a whale and we speed the whale up, it sounds like birds. Here's some cows. Sped up, they sound like puppies. If we slow crickets down, we're back at birds. Information is transmitted via waves. We can see that, we can hear that. The fundamental is the carrier wave. The harmonics differentiate my voice from a singer. Whales communicate below our hearing, so we have to speed it up to hear it. Our hearing is right here, and above it.
Frickin' bats. I love Halloween.
Frickin' bats and whales and dolphins use higher frequencies to see. They bounce the waves off to get an image. Everything is connected this way. Grizzly bears even sound like humans.
Wow.
How awesome is that?
That's
cool.
pretty cool. I got a chill actually
That
from
is
that.
cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
So we're all thinking that these animals are all talking to each other. They are.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
wild.
Crazy.
And they're all connected.
We're all connected.
No, I'm just saying that it's all connected. It's, everything's like that. I mean, there's a certain resonance to the planet called the Schumann resonance that creates a certain vibration. It's so cool. Everything's connected.
Yeah. So I watched a short documentary, I believe it was, and they were talking about how dogs actually hear. That they hear slower than, because of the life expectancy. That's how they were trying to explain it. I'm a dummy, so I can't really explain what they were saying. But I got mad at it because I'm like, you're telling me that when I call my dog's name, it comes out even slower. So if I'm like Miles, it literally, he hears Miles.
He just
How
looked
weird
at
is
you.
that? Right?
Yeah.
So then I started talking to my dogs fast. And when you talk to dogs fast, why do they act differently? And that really messed me up. And I've been sitting with this in my head for about 8-9 months now. And I'm just like, it can't be true. It can't be true. This guy cannot. And then think about, your voice is lower, right? So you guys know about music and slowing even a record down. Everything gets even deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And Katie used to say that you put your dad voice on. I guess I talk softer to a woman naturally, and then I talk deeper to the dogs when I want them to do something. So when I use my dad voice, it's much deeper and slower. You know what I mean? Like Miles, So that must sound like thunder, like.
Yeah.
So, but I
He
thought that was
thinks
really
he was a
interesting.
bad. You just said that, his little face.
He
changed.
You're not bad. You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really
how
neat.
cool is that? So I wanted to end the podcast
Cool.
on something cool. I thought that was pretty
I love
unique. Next week, I want to bring in because there's a bunch of stuff that I watched, and I wish we could do like an episode every day. The Chase Hughes came out with.
I watched that a few days ago, or a couple days ago. Yeah,
so good, freaking good, man. Well, this is the end of the episode. We thank you guys so much for tuning in, listening. You guys can find us on Instagram, anchors_and_eagles. I sound like I'm saying that wrong, but that's what it is. You You can find us on Instagram. We've been posting a lot more on TikTok, so you can follow us there too. But please, if you have any discrepancies in anything we've said, comment. And if you have any receipts saying that we are saying something wrong or incorrect, please drop a link in the comments. We'd love to see it. I mean, it's been really great seeing that on TikTok. I've had some back and forth and found some interesting things about Oprah and Miss Kirk. Oh. So, yeah. I mean, I got a lot of stuff. I've been going deep lately, guys. Anyway, so this is supposed to be the end of the podcast. I'm Adam Facenda.
I'm Jeronimo Gomez.
And I'm Jolie.
She's the voice from heaven that you'll never see her face. Thanks again, guys. Thank you, Jolie. Have a great day. Bye.